this. Back here. One second, chat. Alright. One second, chat. I'll be right back. Actually, let me make sure I put this on here. Do we have... Radar Omega is behind on these tornado warnings. We do have a tornado warning in Maryland. As you can see on the left side. Radar Omega is behind on these, so... but I will be right back. Be right back. Be right back. You like that? Oh! It's Mesomat. Seriously, 2 seconds. Well, like 42 seconds. Matt, you still here? Matt, you still here? Charles, what's going on? Listen, Matt. We are putting together a mod team for Connor's Climate Corner. Or Connor's Corny Corner. Whatever you like to call it. I know, right? You must miss it. Mesomat said he misses doing live weather coverage. Or he misses doing weather coverage. Matt, I'm having a good time. Look at me doing this coverage. Ooh, look, tropical storm. Oh, wait. Is it raining? Is there severe weather? Oh, look at that. Ooh, I'm having a great time. Yeah, I know. I bet you missed this. Matt, we're putting together the possibly the greatest mod team, the greatest weather mod team in the history of weather mod teams. Now, I know that's not a very long or big history, but it's going to be legendary. And then we're going to have Mod Wars. Your mod team versus my mod team. I don't know how we're going to do those wars. If it's going to be, just like, we'll figure it out. Probably nothing physical. But it's going to be incredible. Okay? Trust me. Maybe we'll have like spelling bees and weather quizzes against each other. You know what I mean? Loser has to get a tattoo of the other team's brand. Something like that. You know what I mean? Like on their forehead or something. I'm not on their forehead, but somewhere. Like, it's going to be wild. What, Morgan? What did I just walk in on? Listen. Me and Matt are friends. Me and Matt are friends. But competition is competition. You know what I mean? Or will we unite as one team? I guess we'll see. I know. What are you talking about, Matt? I'm only 2 years behind. You only have a 2-year head start. Yeah, no, probably not. Probably setting the expectations too high, if I'm being honest. I just want to know how bad this storm is. This storm right here is a Taylor Swift. TS, you see it right there? Oh, just kidding. The TS does not mean Taylor Swift, but it means tropical storm. So, yeah. Why do they have... What? Matt, is this something new? Matt, let me know if this is something new. I'm supposed to be the tropical storm hurricane guy. Why does it say we have sustained winds at 52 miles per hour? We don't do that. We go by fives.
Tornado warning has been issued.
Am I hallucinating? What is this? Sustained winds at 52? That's not how we do this. I mean, sometimes they'll do like 74. 52? Yeah, that's new, right? Is that just... and I doubt that's just weather-wise. They're getting their information. Yeah, no, but that's the thing, Matt. Me and you both know... Matt, me and you both know that it's impossible to get wind speeds down to the exact digit in a hurricane because they're flying all over different parts of the eye and things like that. It's impossible. So what I think is, like, going by 5 seems more legitimate. You know, yeah, you know what I mean? We can't even understand the actual wind speeds or wind gusts in these storms over the U.S. Yeah. All right, anyways, guys, let's get into this. I'm going to get into this really quickly, and I'm going to start answering questions. Is Pittsburgh going to warm up anytime soon? Actually, maybe not for a little bit. Okay, there we go. We got a tornado warning. Let's just go over a couple things, and then I'm going to answer questions. We got a lot going on. Here we go. Here we go. Headphones on. Let's get serious. All right, guys, so here's what's going on. We got a radar-indicated tornado out here in eastern Maryland.
A new special marine warning has been issued.
Headed up to the northeast. I feel like my music's a little loud and distracting. Let me turn that down a little bit. Heading up to the northeast towards Chestertown and Churchill, Crumpton. So just be aware of that. This still has 25 minutes left, so quite a while before this expires potentially. You can see a little bit of that clashing of wind direction there with the storm relative velocity, the base velocity. Yeah, I mean, there's... We at least have some nice low-level shear there, potential rotation with this cell. So does it look like it's on the ground? Not too much, but I always say assume any tornado warnings on the ground because we had a freaking tornado warning. I don't know if you guys remember the other day. I mentioned in the earlier stream. We had a tornado warning out in McDonough with not an impressive couplet. I went to the CC drop a few days ago. Perfectly circular blue CC drop. The tornado was on the ground. There wasn't even a 2% risk here. There was no tor risk there. So you got to always assume that the radar's not picking up something correctly. Doesn't look too threatening right now, but again, take it seriously. If you're up here, Crumpton, Chestertown, Churchill, I'd be prepared to get in a safe spot. I agree. No, Mesomat's correct. Mesomat's correct about that. Yeah. Connor's the most attractive man on the planet. You forgot, and strong and smart and humblest as well. Thank you, Matt. Oh, that earns you 2 galaxies in your next stream. As long as you do a stream within the next 24 hours. Anyways, Baltimore flash flood warning just to the southwest of you guys as well. Laurel, I believe these are both radar indicated, but you guys have gotten a lot of precipitation. This is the area up here that over the next really like 6 to 7 hours, guys, this is where we have our 15% threat for excessive rainfall. I showed that earlier in my video, but there is an excessive rainfall threat up here, meaning flash flooding is a real possibility up in this region. So just be prepared for that. And in the surrounding region as well, but just be prepared, especially in that. Central to eastern PA, northern New Jersey, western New York, or western Long Island, New York, southeastern, the Hudson Valley, potentially all the way up there to southwestern Massachusetts, southwestern Connecticut. There's an excessive rainfall threat there. I just have the tornado threat up right now, but most of our weather's up there in the north. Let's actually push into the MRMS. We have most of this offshore down there. That's good. Special weather statements down here in Jacksonville. Probably nothing too crazy. They're about to expire. Okay, quickly, I want to get to a couple things, then I'm going to answer questions. Quickly, I want to get into tomorrow's severe weather. Oh, shocker. Kansas, Oklahoma, and Texas. I mean, I know. All of chat is shocked. I know. Just kidding. No, it's always here. So, yeah, you guys had like 3 days off. That's not acceptable. You should always have severe weather. So, Oklahoma City, you're right in the center of that. Again, we know how this works. There's probably going to be a day one enhanced tomorrow. It almost always happens. It's like this year, it's always happened. Matt and Jess, I appreciate you guys. And we got that larger 2%. Now, let's quickly look into the breakdown of this for tomorrow. Tornado. Small little 2%. Wind. We've got that 15%. And then into the hail. We've got that 15% as well. We see these amplify all the time. I'm quickly going to show you guys the latest HRRR run on this. Yeah, okay, it's a 00Z, so we will show the latest. All right, here we go. And we've got some strong thunderstorms potentially moving in at around 6 p.m. Central tomorrow. Interesting, you know. It's not the most threatening look I've ever seen on radar, but possibly an isolated, discrete setup here. You could get a little spin up here. Some of these storms could have the sky to themselves. We'll see this change tomorrow, but I'm really quickly, just because I'm actually interested myself. I want to see what some of these parameters look like tomorrow. And like I said, I like to go through this stuff first and then get to chat really quickly. I'm gonna get to you quick chat, but I just want to see. We know what's going on tonight. This weather's moving up into the mid-Atlantic, up into the northeast. This fear that isn't crazy, but it's there. Tomorrow is looking a tiny bit interesting to me. Let's quickly look at the SIGTOR params. Pretty much non-existent on the HRRR. Let's look here. There's vorticity, not much else. There's some inhibition there as well. This isn't looking too hot, it's looking good to not have severe weather. Surface-based Cape. Let's just look at the stuff. Surface-based Cape. There's a little bit over central Kansas here. I mean, none of this is. What is this Hodograph doing? Hodograph's drunk in that one. And then I'm just interested in some of this stuff, guys. I mean, OKC region. Tomorrow's not looking crazy. Most importantly, what's our low-level jet doing? Nothing. Okay. We'll see. Maybe we don't get an enhanced tomorrow. But I'll report on that in the morning. I promise I'm making an earlier video tomorrow. Last but not least, before I get to chat, I want to talk to you guys about this. Are we going to have a landfalling hurricane in the beginning of June in the U.S.? Probably not. I'd say 80 to 20. Probably not. Could we? Yeah, 100%. We're moving into MJO, Madden-Julian oscillation, guys. Like I said in my earlier stream, every 30 to 60 days, there is a pocket of moisture and convection that forms off the eastern coast of Africa, and it slowly moves across the Indian Ocean out into the western Pacific over the first 4 to 5 phases. That's also what can trigger a stronger monsoon season over there in the Maritime Islands. Then it moves across the Pacific Ocean, and we get to phase 7 and phase 8, and it amplifies our weather. It can amplify our winter. It can amplify our hurricane season. That we're about to move into phase 7. We're about to move into phase 7 in a few days, probably. Phase 7, phase 8. And so here's some problems. Toasty water, MJO phase 7, phase 8. Euro and GFS have moisture moving up into this region. Both models have wind shear slowing down. Do I think we're going to get tropical cyclogenesis in the Caribbean in the next 2 weeks? Oh, my honest answer? Yes, I do. Do I think we're going to have what the GFS sees, a landfalling hurricane in Florida? No, I don't. If this were to be correct, I mean, it's been showing it for the last 72 hours straight. Now, this would be a tropical storm, tropical depression landfall. Do I think that's even going to happen? Still no. Wow, it has these centers of circulation trying to form really close to each other. This could create some sort of Fujiwara effect, and they could just tear each other apart. Or if these are separated enough, you could have that ejection of moisture from our Eastern Pacific storm help to amplify this one, and then as it pushes into the Northern Caribbean. So, do I think we're going to get something spinning up in the Northern Caribbean? Yes. I'm a 60-40 on it now. 60% yes, 40% no. The conditions are just right. But it either falls apart over land, it moves out into the open ocean, or it falls apart over the Yucatan. I think all of those are more likely to happen. Then it holds itself together as it pushes up into the Gulf. I think we're still going to have some good wind shear over Florida here based on the models. So maybe we get a big moisture plume pushing up into the southeastern U.S., which we don't want. But hurricane, no, I'm not putting my money on that. But again, favorable conditions in early hurricane season right now. You know, the GFS has 1, 2, 3 storms in the next week and a half. Three tropical systems. Again, la la land, that last one, but that's what's going on. Okay. Is it a 50-50? I'm 60-40 on development. On where we're going to get a depression, at least in the Caribbean. I'm tropical storm, maybe I'm 50-50. An actual landfalling tropical system in the U.S., I'm not sold on at all. Maybe 20-80, 10-90, 80-90 for it's not going to happen. I get this question all the time. Is that true they pushed Tornado Alley into Georgia? Absolutely not. It's false. Fake news. Tornado Alley, by the way, guys, everyone likes to talk about how Tornado Alley has started to shift. Tornado Alley has been shifting since the 50s, probably before that. If you look back at all the composites and everything, Tornado Alley has been shifting east forever. The Earth is warming, whether it's because of climate change, global warming, or just we're supposed to be warming. We're in an interglacial period. We're coming out of a major ice age. We're technically still in an ice age.
This tornado warning has been updated.
The definition of an ice age is there's ice on the planet. We're technically still in an ice age, but they call it an interglacial period when you're coming out of the major portion of the ice age. As the globe warms, those seas that like the Gulf where water can't escape tend to warm a little bit quicker, and so that's just going to throw a little bit more moisture off into this eastern section. Whereas before, you actually had a lot more heat available for Tornado Alley. As the Earth warms, it's naturally going to float to the east. Tornado Alley, it just has to do with the warming Earth. That's it. But it's been happening it's been happening for so long, like way before we were even a thought. Okay, sorry. Now we're getting to questions. What's going on, David? Now we're getting into questions. Was that normal for Mount Holly? I'll be honest, I don't know what you're talking about. Elaborate. I want to know. Thoughts for Northeast Connecticut? I've also been I've been doing stuff with fam. So sometimes I miss things. What's going on in Kentucky? I've been asked that multiple times today. Matt, if Matt's in here, what's going on in Kentucky? Because I don't see anything going on in Kentucky.
Marine warning has been
Southeastern
issued.
Kentucky, maybe a little bit. There's not much going on in Kentucky. What, am I in a chat channel? Oh, I'm in my Discord. I'm like, what's going on here? Oh my gosh. 1 second, guys. That is so funny. Kentucky, not much going on. I think someone else. Sorry, let's do speed round. I'll answer questions. I don't know where Calvert County, Maryland is. Guys, when you ask questions, if you're talking about a county or a small town or anything like that, like ask Western Maryland, North Central, East Central, Southern, and I can talk about those sections, what's going on there, because I want to answer questions quickly, and I don't know every county and city in the country. Raining, storming, lightning, thunder, we got it all. Nice. I'm jealous, Crystal. So, okay. So you probably are in this portion of Kentucky, either down here or up here. There's not much going on. Kentucky's quiet, except for a little bit over here. What are you in Portsmouth, however you pronounce it? Or South Shore, or you got to be in one of these few cities or towns that are getting it. Oh, Southern Maryland. Listen, severe threat is not too high down there anymore. You've had a lot of rain. You have a lot of rain cooled air. There's a lot more stability coming into this region. I'm not really concerned about severe weather at all in Southern Missouri anymore. I'm in Southern Maryland. So not Southern Missouri, Southern Maryland anymore. You know, if you're in a low-lying area, I'd pay attention about potential flash flooding and stuff like that. But no, you're looking pretty good. Let me follow this tornado warning on here. Downtown Maryland? You mean downtown Baltimore? I don't think there's a downtown Maryland. Downtown Baltimore, you're out of most of your severe threat. You do have a radar indicated flash flood warning, though. Thank you, y'all. Oh, good. Night. Thoughts of tornado chances for Central Jersey tonight? I feel like I was going to answer a couple questions, and I missed them. You can ask again. Thoughts on Central Jersey tonight? You got you got a little, probably marginal, slight chance for severe weather up here still. Rain and thunderstorms are almost guaranteed in Central Jersey. Severe chances aren't too high. They're pretty low. Jules, I appreciate you. Connor, do you use WeatherBell Analytics? I love WeatherBell for winter. Now, I actually canceled my WeatherBell subscription just because to use WeatherBell on stream, I mean, people use it all the time without a subscription on stream, but you can get in a lot of trouble. It's like $70 a month. And I don't, you know, I like the analogs and everything on there. I like looking at the MJO and the Enzos and all the fun stuff, climatology-wise. WeatherBell has a lot of things, but I'm pretty comfortable. Like, I've found a lot of different ways to find that information for free. So, but I really like WeatherBell with during winter. I find it very useful. I don't know what it is about WeatherBell, but it has a lot of things that are very helpful during winter. Do you think anything will happen in PA east of Harrisburg? I don't think. We have an excessive rainfall threat out here in eastern PA. Really, most of eastern PA. I should make a bigger circle. That's probably your biggest threat tonight over any sort of tornado, hail, or wind. I think it's you don't have too much of a threat for that type of stuff. You do have a decent threat. Southeastern PA has kind of a tornado threat, but most of eastern PA is watching for excessive rainfall. Yeah, there's a tornado watch out here. Tornado watch just means there's the possibility of a tornado. There's the ingredients in the atmosphere. But if I can show you, there's a massive tornado watch out here. It doesn't mean there's a tornado on the ground or that there's going to be. So here's our tornado watch right now. You can see everyone's in a tornado watch out here. Basically the entire mid-Atlantic. Not basically, like the entire mid-Atlantic is in a tornado watch right now. We've got one radar indicated tornado that I'm going to look at again, but there's no hail anymore. When there's no hail, your updrafts are gone. I looked at this. It didn't look like we had anything. I'd still, if I'm in Chestertown, Churchill, be paying attention, maybe getting in your safe spot. Not seeing a couplet. There's some good velocities. There's a little bit of rotation in the cell, but nothing crazy is happening. Now, this is a little bit concerning. This correlation coefficient. Now, this could be a hail core, but also, to me, that's the radar just messing up because... Let's take a look at this. There's a hole in the radar right here. So, unless this is a 5-mile wide tornado, that's just the radar bugging on the CC drop. Do you ever use WeatherBell to see the teleconnections like the PNA pattern? Of course. Of course I do. Maybe I still have my WeatherBell account. Should I look? Yeah, I shouldn't use this word on stream. I'm a SLUT for teleconnections, if you know what I mean. I love me some teleconnections. Let's see if I still have my sign in. Let's see if I still have it. I think I canceled it. Yeah, I canceled my weather. Man, you just made me want to look at the teleconnections. Again, teleconnections I care way more about in winter. They're more important to me in winter. Yeah, knowing if you're going to go into a positive or negative PNA, or positive negative NAO, positive negative EPO, that you can get such a good idea of what's coming up winter-wise. I don't really think it's honestly that useful for tropical season.
Warning: a new special marine warning has been issued.
But I do love you just reminded me why I like WeatherBell, because it does show a lot of that stuff. Yali. Oh no, Jasmine's a quick speller. She knows what I said. The supercell north of Washington spawned a tornado. There is a supercell north of Washington. All right, I'm looking up here. Were we talking about DC? I don't think there's anything up in Washington.
New information. This tornado warning has been updated.
If I'm being honest, I also don't see any supercells up here. We just see thunderstorms. Bam. This is like a tornado, a radar indicated tornado warning in a thunderstorm cluster. In a thunder shower, we'll call it. There could have been. There were some isolated cells down here earlier in the day. So if there was a cell that produced one, I'm honestly not sure because I wasn't on earlier. A few hours ago. Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure. I think this tornado warning is going to drop off, guys. All right, let's see here. Oh, let's see. Let's move this down here. Why can't I move that around? Guess I don't need both those. Looks crazy on radar. Interesting. I wonder. I always forget you're basically around Philly. Yeah. I'm gonna dox myself. Ready? I'm somewhere in here, guys. I'm somewhere in that circle. I'll make a smaller circle. Ready? Somewhere in that circle. I'm somewhere in frame. How's my day going? It's going. It's going good. I've got a lot done. Yali, why aren't you my mod over there? Hold up. What's going on here? 1 second. What is wrong with my YouTube chat? I can't do anything in my YouTube chat. Let me close it and reopen it. 1 second. Okay, I can't do anything in my YouTube chat. Useless. Awesome. YouTube chat has been bugging lately. Oh my god, that's annoying. Let me try it. What the heck is going on here? None of the buttons in YouTube chat are working. Storms tomorrow in Ohio. We'll take a look here. Hello from Milford, Delaware. What's going on? Yeah, okay, cool. YouTube chat not letting me even click on it. Orlando, Florida. You guys are chilling. I lived there for, I don't know, 4 years. You guys are chilling right now. I bartended in Orlando, Florida. Downtown Orlando, Florida. I said DE. I was like, Delaware. That's right. You're in Baltimore. You're looking pretty good. Just flash flood warning right now. That's right. Philly. Do you think NWS was accurate with the outlooks today, or it overperformed? I don't know what this massive 5% is doing on the screen right now. I'll say that. Oh, that was my hail. Okay. Taurus kind of off. Okay. We still got a little bit up here. Okay. It was pretty accurate. It was pretty accurate. Not much going on in Chicago. You got some storms up to the east. These are projected to stay offshore, but we'll see. I'm not overly concerned about Chicago. Yeah, I'm trying to make you a mod and it's not letting me. YouTube has been bugging through OBS lately, and I'm not sure why. But I'll do that later. Why did I cancel my Weatherbell subscription? Well, let's see. I have a subscription to Radar Omega. I have a subscription to my editing software. I have a subscription to Adobe. Let's see. I've probably purchased another $3,000 to $4,000 of hardware and software for my streaming. I have subscriptions to, I forget what site it is, where I can get PNGs and weather-related stuff for thumbnails. What else do I have? I'm forgetting stuff. Give me a second. I have this full subscription to Pivotal. I have a subscription to, I had a subscription to WSV3. That's actually covered now. I pay monthly for my Discord server for everyone. I have to promote certain accounts. I have to pay to have an official account on X. I have to pay for official account on Instagram. This is just off the top of my head. I don't know. I'm spending like $500 to $600 a month just on subscriptions, and I've spent in the last year over probably close to $4,000 to $5,000 on software and hardware. So yeah, I decided Weatherbell wasn't necessary. The $70 a month on Weatherbell wasn't necessary. You know, I guess you got to pick and choose. There's a million reasons why I don't have a subscription to Weatherbell right now. I don't need to pay $70 a month for my MJO forecast and teleconnections, but I will again over winter season. That's a seasonal subscription for me. There's so many subscriptions that I miss, guys. I just can't remember them all. And that's not counting all my, every single streaming service, Netflix and all that stuff I have and all the other crap. But when you do, when you do social media or streaming, the subscriptions add up. Yeah, all sorts of services I need. Oh yeah, my merch and all that stuff. I have subscription services for assistance on that stuff, running, keeping my site up. I pay monthly for my trademarks, image, and brand. I pay monthly for my sole proprietorship. I don't know. The list goes on, guys. My account just drains. That's why sometimes when I get excited about donations, or I get excited about someone becoming a sub, paying me only $3 a month, I'm like, oh, maybe I won't lose as much money this month. What's the weather like in Fort Lauderdale, Florida tomorrow? Probably pretty good. We can take a look. I have a special rain warning. I don't know what that is. Can you tell me? Cars, I got to know where you are. Fort Lauderdale tomorrow. Let's take a look. Man, streams have been slow lately. I guess there's really not much going on. Next week will be, we'll probably be popping a little bit with that severe threat we have, and we'll see what happens in the Caribbean with that storm. Let's take a look. Let's go to the OOZ and take a look at what's going down in South Florida tomorrow. Ooh, boy. Broward and Miami-Dade. Probably between 1 and 3 p.m. Things are going to get spicy. Casey, talk to me. You in the back. I don't have my hand, but I have my back scratcher. Casey, you in the back. Hurricane season, bring the viewers home. Believe me. Stream viewership's always up and down. I don't blame people for not being in a weather stream when we have we don't even have a tornado warning anymore. When we have 0 active severe thunderstorm warnings, 0 active tornado warnings, and a tropical storm in the Eastern Pacific. I probably wouldn't be in a weather stream either, but I appreciate you guys being here. And I'm going to do my best for you. Not the back scratcher. Listen. It's mosquito season again. You know what I mean? I spend a lot of time outside. There we go. How's Bucks County looking for tonight? Not too spicy. I mean, not too spicy. Yeah, not too... Actually, not... I meant to say not too bad, but spicy just constantly comes out of my mouth lately. We'll be fine. Up there in Bucks. Heavy downpours. Maybe we'll hear a little bit of thunder and lightning if we're lucky. Do you, let me see. Do you use weather models in Weatherbell? Yeah, over winter, Eden. Or Eden. Tomorrow's storms in Ohio. I don't... Based on what I know is happening, this upper level low moving out, I'm going to say no. But I may be wrong. Let's go and take a look at our HRRR 00Z. The storm should be following our low pressure. So I haven't looked at tomorrow for Ohio, but I'd assume that the storms are following the low pressure. And would you look at that? The math is mathing. The convection is following that center upper level low, and usually behind a low is clear skies and cooler air. No problem. Oh, yeah. I said my peak stream in hurricane season was Milton, and I had 7. What was that? See, I don't even know what that means, guys. I don't know what that... Can you guys see that? What does that mean? Did someone just like or follow or something like that or sub? Someone help me. That had to have been a YouTube thing. I gotta fix the things. I gotta fix the things. Mezzomat's back. Mezzo, we were talking about you. Ugh. Subscribed? Oh, over on YouTube? Oh, that's awesome. Sweet. I appreciate you guys. I gotta fix my little images and everything like that. Yeah, Matt, we were talking about you. I don't remember if it was good or bad. Feds, I appreciate you. That map just mapped my question to thank you. Carol Ann's on it. It got ugly in Myrtle. Yeah. It's clearing out a little bit, though. Should be good and nice in Myrtle tomorrow. Is that Florida tomorrow? Yeah. Big squall line moving through starting in the morning.
Warning. A new special marine warning has been issued.
Starting in the morning up here. And then, afternoon down here. So, it's going to be it's going to be a squall line. It's not going to be an all-day event. It's going to last an hour or so wherever it moves through. But afternoon down there in South Florida. Is there anything happening in the Atlantic Ocean as of now? And what are the water temperatures? Ooh, don't get me started on that. Matt knows. Don't get me started on that. I'm going to talk about hurricanes all night. Does a negative PNA warm the Gulf? No. Well, potentially. It could. What if you have a ridge of high pressure forcing itself over the East Coast? Yeah, I guess it could warm the Gulf. I don't think anyone's ever associated with the warming of the Gulf with a teleconnection directly, but I guess if a negative PNA would have a better chance of warming the Gulf than a positive PNA, yes. Yeah. Why does bad weather always come from the west? All right, I'm going to let Mezzomat answer that. Mezzomat, answer Melissa. I want to see the answer. There is a tropical storm. Eastern Pacific. Right here. Right there. Yes. All weather moves from west to east in the northern hemisphere and from east to west in the southern hemisphere. Has something to do with the Coriolis effect. By the way, if the Earth was flat, that would not be true. Weather wouldn't exist with the flat Earth. Because the Coriolis effect is what slams high and low pressures together, or what pushes differentiating air masses, different air masses together, which forms low and high pressures. So if the Earth was flat, we wouldn't have weather, but we also wouldn't have the Coriolis effect. We wouldn't have weather moving this way in the southern hemisphere and weather moving this way in the northern hemisphere. So yeah, all our weather moves from west to east in the northern hemisphere. Now, I mean, the majority of it. Sometimes you get like a little trough digging and then it negatively tilts and then you have some storms moving up into the northwest. But as they're moving up into the northwest, they're still moving to the east. They're being dragged to the east as they're moving up into the northwest typically. Yeah, we got a tropical storm right here. 50 mile per hour sustained winds. All right, so maybe Weatherbell just likes to get more specific. Okay, really quickly, people are asking about this. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Uh-oh.
New information. This flash flood warning has been updated.
Here's what's going on, chat. We went over this earlier, but we'll go over it again, because why not? Let's, okay, so here we go. This is our 18Z GFS. It has tropical cyclogenesis in the Eastern Pacific. About 130 hours out. About 5 days. Honestly, the GFS saw Milton and Helene 220 hours out. This is a realistic situation. This one, we can say check. I wouldn't be shocked if it happened. The Euro actually is seeing this convection beginning to spin up as well. So we have model consensus. So we'll say this might happen. If it does, it's still not expected to really have that great of an impact on anyone. But that's a believable one. This right here, our second tropical cyclogenesis could potentially happen. Potentially 160 hours out. 7 days. You know, I would say right now not super likely. Here's some things that are in the favor of this potentially happening. I've said, listen, I'm on the record saying I think we're going to have at least a depression in the Caribbean in the next 2 weeks. We've got a good MJO cycle. We've got warm enough waters. If you look at our shear outlook in the Caribbean, it's not terrible. Also, we're talking about 5 days out on the GFS with the potential at least cyclone, depression, tropical storm out here. You're going to have some of that moisture ejecting out east, potentially helping to amplify this storm. So I wouldn't be shocked if we had a depression out here in the Caribbean next week, mid next week, late next week. Now, I'm not putting money on that we're going to have anything landfalling. If anything, what I think the most likely thing to happen is this thing tries to get itself together, maybe gets to a tropical storm as it's coming up over Cuba, if this is the direction it takes, and then it gets sheared to pieces from the west. Okay, that's most likely scenario. Second most likely scenario is it cuts off to the west, in my opinion. This high pressure pushes down, it cuts off to the west. Third, fourth most likely, which are very unlikely, is we actually have a landfalling tropical system in South Florida. That's like bottom of my list. Not impossible, but possible. Not favorable. Connor, why is the Gulf... Eden coming with all the questions. Why is the Gulf above average right now rather than to average? Because we've had high pressures floating in and out of the Gulf for the last month to 2 months straight. See them floating in and out right here. And what that does is doesn't allow any moisture convection to roll over the Gulf. When you have thunderstorms over the Gulf, they are evaporating the warm surface water. And when you have that warm surface water leave the surface of the Gulf, it is replaced by the colder water beneath it, deep down in the Gulf, deep down in the ocean. That's called upwelling, and it cools the surface. So we would love to see a ton of moisture and a ton of convection over the Gulf over the next couple of weeks, because that would cool the Gulf water. Hurricanes get their energy from the surface water, not from the water beneath it. We've had high pressures choking out any possible moisture convection possibility over the Gulf, and so it's been a hot tub. We finally got a little bit of moisture down here, which is why this southern to eastern Caribbean has been cooling. It's been inactive in the Gulf for a while, I'll say that. Jay, that's exactly what I just explained. Exactly. That's why it's warm. If we were to have a lot of moisture and activity in the Gulf, it would not be that warm. Feds, Francine, Julie. Yeah, but Matt, it could still be, yeah, I wouldn't call it active in the Gulf, but it can be, you can have thunderstorms in the Gulf for hurricane season. You know, like Florida, I mean, have you guys seen the drought monitor? Like, Florida has been in a drought for so long. We've been in an extreme drought in central to southern Florida for a while. But that drought extends out into the Gulf of Mexico. Yeah. There's been below average thunderstorms in the Gulf for over a month. People, for the first time, like, ever, I had people who I know who live in Florida and, like, my family, like, when's it going to rain? And I'm like, what? I lived in Florida for 24 years. It rained every single day over summer, spring and summer at 3 p.m. They didn't get over a tenth of an inch of rainfall for like 3 weeks straight. The Everglades is dry. Yeehaw, ride him, cowboy. Morgan, thanks for the cowboy hat. I probably missed it though. Julie, I appreciate you. But yeah, I actually let me pull this up for you guys real quick. Let's see, drought. There you go. So Florida has had some recent moisture that's helped, but yeah, no, it's dry. It's a desert down here compared to what Florida's usually like. I mean, this is an actual desert, but we've had for the last, I'm telling you, for a month, I'd say 5-6 weeks, a high pressure that's been floating in between the Gulf and the Western Atlantic, and we've had consistent soaking shower events up through here, the Ohio Valley, Mississippi Valley, Southern Plains. You guys know this. Most of it has not made it down. I mean, Southern Georgia was in a drought recently too, and they just came out of it. But just the subtropics down here have been dry, and so these surface waters are boiling. Someone asked to see surface ocean temperatures or anomalies. Can you tell? Can you tell they've been in it? Like, look at this. I'm telling you, when the oceans are that warm around Florida, it's because they've been in a drought. You get a ton of convection, thunderstorm activity through this region, and you're getting upwelling. You can see what's happened down here in the Southern Caribbean. We've had some moisture pockets rolling through, and you get the ocean water to cool. So, but regardless, all this water is warm enough for tropical development. It's all 26 plus Celsius, so it's all warm enough for tropical development, even in the cooler part of the Caribbean. What's our latest Euro showing? I'm actually interested in that. Yeah, Florida's been, that's what's made Florida so hot too. I want to see what this latest Euro is doing. 1 second. South Florida's drought might be over if the Euro is correct. Tons of tropical waves moving through there. Again, the Euro's sending a decent amount of moisture into the Caribbean, but nothing that looks threatening. 1 second, guys. So you see the Euro does have that tropical system developing in the Eastern Pacific as well as the GFS. So they agree on that. You know what they also agree on? Watch down here. Watch this pocket of moisture in this. This is the same time frame on the GFS. So the Euro actually throws up this low pressure into the Western Caribbean. This pocket of moisture into the Western Caribbean at the same exact time as the GFS, but it doesn't have it go through that tropical cyclogenesis. It doesn't have it. See, it's trying to spin up and it gets choked out by shear. You can tell exactly. Look, there it is. It reappears in the Eastern Pacific.
New information. This special marine warning has been updated.
It reappears in the Eastern Pacific here as a low pressure with that moisture still circling around it. And look, you see it? And then we have like a tropical depression now. So the Euro is actually seeing the same exact storm as the GFS, but it's showing it struggling to get its act together. But they actually agree on two things. They agree on the same thing. Possible development here and possible development here. The Euro just doesn't. The Euro believes this is going to happen, doesn't believe this is going to happen, but still shows the cyclone trying to get itself together there at the end of next week. So, you know, in this case, I'd probably lean more towards the Euro. I was just out in Rochester, New York. Ooh, my fam lives there. And drove through a major storm. Let's see what's going on up there. Maybe, yeah, there's some thunderstorms out here. I live in Kent Island, Maryland. Was there a and there was a tornado? Was there a tornado today in Kent Island, Maryland? I don't think it's reported. I guess I'll have to look at that later. Yeah, I haven't heard about that, but maybe I'll have to look at that later. I don't have a report on it. Yeah. Everyone, pretty much every human being in the Mid-Atlantic is under a tornado watch right now. This entire area just means you have ingredients in the air for a tornado, but not one. There's not one on the ground that we can see right now. I think tornado chances are pretty low up here at this point.
New information. This flash flood warning has been
I'm in the
updated.
Atlantic and the tornado watch went away. Oh, did they drop it? I wouldn't be shocked. We just have a big ball of moisture up here. I don't see any more tornadoes going down. Looks like the tornado watch is still in effect. You can see it right here. This entire region's still in a tornado watch. What do they have it for about another hour and a half? Yesterday I was in Mobile. We were hit by a tornado. Ooh. Yeah, there was. I think I might know which one you're talking about. There was a tornado. There was one or two down here. Yeah, yesterday. I remember that. I wasn't on stream, but I was checking off stream. They happen in your area often, tornadoes? I would move then. I don't understand how Florida people handle this heat all the time. They have no choice. That's how I handled it for 24 years. EF3 in Mobile? And no way. No way. No way. It says it was rated an EF0. Unless this is the wrong one. Thursday morning. No, it's yesterday. EF0, max win 75. Saraland? I'd be shocked if we got that down there. It's not showing that there was one there. Again, I gotta wait to see some of this information, and you know what I mean. Yeah, Florida gets a lot of tornadoes, just not a lot of serious ones. I think they get the most tornadoes per by landmass, but they're usually EF1 or EF0, EF1. Yeah. No. You're not confused. No. I mean, it's possible. It's possible. I saw we had a confirmed tornado or two in South Alabama or on the panhandle of Florida yesterday. Sometimes it takes a while for their assessments to come out. Sometimes you can wait 48 hours until they have an accurate assessment on the enhanced Vegeta scale, EF scale.
New information. This flash flood warning
we'll have to
has
see.
been updated.
I'll look into some of those. I should actually, that gives me an idea. I should have a channel on my Discord that reports what the tornadoes were rated each day when they come out. So that's one of my mods write that down for me because I'm gonna forget it, so that people can go and look. Hey, so here's the official ratings. I should have one channel that's dedicated to official ratings. Models didn't do a great job on this. They were much more aggressive with the storms this morning. I don't know, the Kid Dre. I looked at the 12ZH-RRR and it showed nothing for today. Maybe the 00ZH-RRR 06Z But I saw nothing for today on the 12Z HRRR. Maybe I'm lying. Maybe I'm lying too. It's possible. Sometimes I lie, guys. Let's see. I remember looking at the 12Z today, HRRR, and being like, okay, nothing's going to happen. Let's look at the Southeast. We don't even have... we have one supercell showing up on this in the HRRR run in our 12Z today. Nothing. Literally nothing. There were some pretty good... I remember there's some pretty good energy helicity index up here in the Mid-Atlantic. There it is right there.
New information. This special marine warning has been updated.
And we did get actually 2 or 3 tornado warnings in here. But I appreciate the sub. Eden, I appreciate you. But yeah, yeah, I woke up this morning. I looked at the HRRR and I was like, nothing's gonna happen. I think this looked more impressive. The 00Z from midnight last night, this looked like a heavy wind threat, which I will say didn't happen. This looked like a heavy wind threat to me. You can see when these storms are bent backwards. But the 12Z did pretty good. But of course the 12Z did good. It was right before the event happened. You know what I mean? Like, it better do good that close. Yeah. Unfortunately, sometimes we have to wait until the last possible 12 or 12 or OOZ HRRR run to know what's going to happen. I appreciate the follows, guys. Wait, I just got a follow, but it still says I have 0 followers. Did you follow me by accident and unfollow me? You were hit by a tornado yesterday? Well, I'm glad you're okay. Where was that? Crystal Beach, Maryland. I'll take a really quick. Oh, was I not? Yeah, I think I was on here. Yeah, I think I was on here. Yeah, this was, I think I showed you guys this. This was the 12Z today. So the 12Z got it right, but again, this was right before the event happened. It showed basically nothing. No supercells. Springfield, Kentucky. There was a tornado in Springfield, Kentucky yesterday. Wow. Yeah, people who are asking about the Mid-Atlantic. Listen, we have heavy downpours right now. We don't even have one severe thunderstorm warning. No tornado warnings. I'm not shocked. This is just a big plume of moisture right now. This is heavy thunder showers. Nothing really severe in here. I'd pay attention if you're in a low-lying area. Again, we do have excessive rainfall watches out here, especially through this region tonight. This big circle region up here. Okay, I know it's a sloppy circle, but no warning or nothing. Ugh. Yeah, I didn't even hear about that one. Again, I'm not on all the time. I'm not doing this full time yet, but the goal is to be doing this full time, hopefully by the end of this year or next year. One second, guys. One second, guys. Bless you. Sorry, guys. I'm back. I'm back. Atlantic City area. Again, guys, there's... Oh. We actually do have a severe thunderstorm warning now. Torr possible 60+ mile per hour winds. Heading up to the north through Middletown, Bear, Maryland. Hard to tell with everything going on here. And then down here as well. Moving through Millington up to the north towards Warwick. Torr possible. Let's look in here. There's a little bit of rotation in here. A little bit of rotation here. We'll have to pay attention. Not the scariest looking radar I've ever seen, but we'll pay attention out here in central Maryland. Well, this is kind of northeastern Maryland. I had enough with Maryland. Guys, you don't have to spam heals. Yeah, I will. There was an EF2 in Springfield? Wow. I'm sure Matt was all over that. Wow. Springfield. Oh, wow, yeah. Correct. On their 14th anniversary of their EF3 tornado. What time was that at? I've been so busy. What time was that at? No alerts. The warning went off. Yeah, no lies detected in chat. Unwarned, basically. Or poorly warned. EF2. 14 injuries. I think a couple fatalities as well. That's terrible. Yeah, that's terrible. So I can't wait to do this full time so I can actually be on and cover all of this and help with getting out the warning on all of this. It's frustrating. I can't be right now. I will be soon, though. Soon I will be. I should have mods in here. Maybe not. Oh, 11:30 at night. Is Augusta, Georgia safe tonight? I believe so, yeah. You guys looking pretty good down here. Yeah. Tomorrow for Oklahoma? Sure. Let's get into our day 2. Here's our day 2. Categorical. Big slight over central Oklahoma. Marginal central to southern Kansas and north central Texas. Yeah, appreciate that. Agreed. Spam, if you're spamming rude, you're going to get muted or blocked. There's no need for that. Tor, we've got a small 2%, including Oklahoma City. We've got that 5 to 15% for wind.
A new special marine warning has been issued.
And that 5 to 15% for hail. Not looking crazy. Again, we see these things upgrade day 1 all the time to enhance, so it's possible. If we quickly go into our HRRR. And, yeah, here. I'll show you what our 00Z is showing for tomorrow. Storms begin to fire up central to southern Kansas at around 4 p.m. and they're moving south-southeast.
A new severe thunderstorm warning has been issued.
Cecile, Maryland, I think it said. Moving to the southeast, and yeah, you can see maybe a little bit of a maybe a little bit of an MCS tries to form as it moves over Oklahoma City. Straight line winds could be an issue in there. They might update this to a 30% wind. It might be a wind-driven enhanced based on what I'm seeing here. But not looking too threatening right now. I think I looked at our SIG-TORs and a bunch of the different kind of severe products earlier, and nothing was jumping off the map. So I'm not overly concerned, but this is definitely a good reason to get updates tomorrow when we wake up. We want to know what the latest models are doing tomorrow because there is potential here for some damaging thunderstorms, severe damaging thunderstorms, especially with this potential discrete isolated setup. So it looks to me like we're going to get a wind-driven threat, though, especially the directions that these storms are moving southeasterly, not northeasterly. You got a bunch of flood and severe thunderstorm warnings in Middleton, Delaware. Yeah, we got a couple. These have been here for a while. These are going to expire in about 30 minutes. We do have these. These are new though. The only severe thunderstorm warning that's new here is this one right here. That's now pushing up towards Chesapeake City and Elkton, and we do have this flash flood warning that stretches all the way up to Claymont. So including the Wilmington area, far northeastern Maryland, or Delaware, sorry. All these, everything's too close right here. Jersey, PA, Delaware, Maryland. Quickly, just to get an update on this. We do have tour possible out here, so I'll take another quick look at this. I want to make sure we don't have anything on the ground. This is a little bit of a concerning look. This bend in the velocity here. Some high velocities as well. There's potential here. Let's look at high res, base. Yeah, you can see here. There's potential. If this isn't a tour, it's high winds. You can also see a little bit of potential up here near Middleton and down here near Galena. I'm going to say that wrong. So
Warning, a new special marine warning has been issued.
you can see this right here as well. So moving up to the northeast, I'd say for safety, if I'm up near in the area, in the region of Warwick, Middleton, St. George, Barron, Wilmington, I'm paying attention and potentially being in a safe area because we've got a spinning cell down here moving up to the north and east, or at least a spinning thunderstorm. Can you check out Texas and the Gulf? So many posts about potential hurricanes. Well, you know, tropics are getting active. There's nothing to worry about in Texas right now. The earliest potential for tropical cyclogenesis based on the GFS and the Euro is 150 to 180 hours out. The Euro shows nothing. The Gulf shows the potential for a tropical depression or tropical storm moving into the Florida region. So if I'm in Texas, I'm not even paying attention. There's literally, don't pay attention to the fear mongering. There's nothing to worry about. I would begin paying attention to tropical updates from official sources and people who know what they're talking about. But I would not pay any attention to someone who says that you have a major hurricane threat right now. But there's conditions in the tropics. Gulf and Caribbean are decently warm. Western Atlantic, good MJO phase. Lessening shear over the next couple weeks. That could promote tropical activity in that region, but there's nothing to worry about right now. Especially in Texas. We don't have anything pushing into that region.
New information.
Texas,
This
or
flash flood
Louisiana,
warning has been
Northwestern
updated.
Gulf, Western Gulf, nothing. Yep. We have a tropical storm right now, though. We do. Look at these ocean water temps. We do have a tropical storm right now. Let's go into satellite imagery. Atlantic. Actually, Pacific. Eastern Pacific. There she is. There she is. Tropical Storm Alvin. I guess it's a he. Tropical Storm Alvin. It's about to be shredded to pieces by shear. It's already going. You can see the shear. Look at the shear on it. Oh, it's not going to get any closer.
New information. This special marine warning has been updated.
What is wind shear? Just strong. Well, shear in general, wind shear in general is the change of velocity or direction with verticality of winds. So as you go up in the atmosphere, the change of wind speed and wind direction is shear. Now, you have winds trying to rotate counterclockwise around the storm, and you have a strong southwesterly flow tugging at it and tearing through it. So you're getting all sorts of shear, all sorts of directional and velocity shear affecting the storm right now. This thing might not even make landfall as a depression. It's getting obliterated right now. There is a good chance, I would say 50-50 minimum, that we get a convection bubble down here to form into another tropical system, probably get sheared to pieces again. And then that's probably 5 days out. Western Atlantic, as you can see, not much going on, but there is a little bit concerning amount of moisture down here that wants to float up to the north. This shear looks to clear out. You can see some shear here looks to clear out. We have very warm ocean waters up here to the north and an MJO moving into phase 7, phase 8. That's going to bring a lot of moisture into this region. This tropical cyclone that wants to form out here is going to push a little bit of tropical moisture out as well. So I do think tropical development is possible within a week or two. It's sustaining any sort of strength or making a landfall into the U.S. is not impossible, but it's low. You know what I'm saying? Justice. Atmospheric X. Atmospheric X, Justin. Justice. Am I using the WeatherWise app? I have WeatherWise up in the corner there. It's not the app, just on the internet. Finally getting some rain down in my area of Florida. Nice. I mean, I've just been quiet tonight. It's all good. Yeah, Eden, I have a Webel subscription, and I checked at the teleconnections, and I see that a -3 PNA pattern. A -3 pattern coming up. Will that warm the Gulf more? Potentially. Potentially. We could see a ridge build out east if we do get that. If we do get that that steep of a PNA. It's a moderate PNA. If we do get a moderate PNA, we could see a ridge building. We could see the Gulf warm. Yeah. Yeah. Wait, guys, this song's a banger. All right, let's turn that back down. I needed a second. Oh, wait, guys, remember. The merch is out. It's trademarked. Don't worry, it's protected. This is actually like, look at the fit of this hat. Protection inside. This is actually, ironically, the nicest hat I own. Clean fit. YouTube shop, TikTok shop, ConnorsClimbCorner.com. I need suggestions on. I'm dropping probably 6 pieces of new merch in a week or 2 weeks. I'm just adding to it. So suggestions. Climate Crew. If you're a YouTube member or a TikTok sub, you're part of the Climate Crew and you're in the Discord, let me know what we should drop. B came with a fire idea for a spicy merch. The like thunderstorm with like the little pepper on top and that was cool. I'll put my idea in tomorrow. I have an idea. But yeah. Well, listen guys. Oh no, where's the how do I tighten it? No, it's a baggy hoodie. These are the super comfy baggy. These are supposed to be they're called oversized. They're baggy. There's no string that's going to get lost in there's no string. All it is a massive hood. So it fits, it's a massive hood. I can put it on, look, I can put it on over my headphones and hat. That's how big the hood is. I have huge headphones on. It's gigantic. Okay? It's gigantic. This is baggy. No strings. Anyways, let's get back to talking about the weather. Tank top, fine. Tank top, sold. Someone write that down for me. I need someone to take notes for me while I'm on stream because I say I'm gonna do stuff and I forget, and I don't want to forget. I want to do it all. I'm gonna have a mod, and their only role is going to be when I say something on stream, like, "Oh, I'm gonna do that," or "That's a good idea." Your only role is gonna be to take notes, so I don't forget. Ken, I appreciate that. Yeah, listen, simple. All I'm putting is my little thunderstorm, my little TM thunderstorm on the merch. Nothing else. I don't need to get it crowded. A little Connor's Climate Crew in the corner, but yeah. I may have to give every single one of my mods a free piece of merch too. I think that's what's going to have to happen. I want a tank top with B's spicy pepper. I know. I feel like regardless of the competition, that has to be on something. It's too good. It's too good. Again, tour possible in here. Let me take a double check here. I don't want to mess around too much when we have a tour possible. Guys, we're getting a little bit of a notch. We're getting a little bit of a notch in here. It's concerning. So I'll say this. Warwick, Middleton, St. Jorge's, I don't know. You guys know what it's called. I'd get in a safe spot. This is notching pretty significantly at this point. That's the base velocity. So you can see it. You can see it in the high res. There may be something right here, moving up just to the west of Warwick through Middleton, St. George, up towards Delaware City, Newcastle. I don't expect this thing to remain on the ground quick, but you can see a couplet forming here. So let me just check in the CC drop. Not there yet. I would treat this as a tornado warning. 100% I'd treat this as a radar indicated tornado warning. And I wouldn't be surprised if this got updated soon. Let's look at it on the reflectivity. It's spinning. There it is. Just because you have a cloud top spinning does not mean that there's a tornado on the ground, but it does mean that there's likely a funnel cloud here. Highly likely a funnel cloud right here. Not high. There is. Look at this. So, again, moving up to the northwest. This looks to me more like it's going towards Chesapeake City, Elkton, Brookside. But again, Newark, Bear, Middleton. All you guys need to pay attention out here.
New information. This severe thunderstorm warning has been updated.
Appreciate you, B. Yeah, treat it like this is... Now, look, where it is, Middleton... this is probably going to move west to you guys. I'm actually not overly concerned about Middleton, but I'd still be away from windows right now. I'd still be careful. This looks like it's moving to the west. You can see where the circulation is here, and here's Milton. So to me, this looks like you guys are okay. And that's the circulation wouldn't be that broad either. It would be small like this. So I think you guys are okay, but there is potential for something to be on the ground if it's not already right there. I need spicy. What are the odds of New Jersey hurricane showing on the GFS June 10th? 1 in 500,000. Should I show the image to stream? Yeah, guys, if you sub, you become a member of the Discord, or become a YouTube member, become a member of the Discord. We got a lot of weather enthusiasts in there, and it's daily updates. It's a good time. We're going to talk about what's going on in the tropics a little bit more here in a second. Here's the Discord. Everything, earthquake updates, wildfire updates, volcano updates, snowfall, rainfall, hail, wind, tornado, severe weather, mesoscale, shout out B, NWS key messages, SBC updates, NHC as they come out, tornado warnings the second they come out. And if you're like, oh, I don't know if this tornado warning is going to affect me, you can literally summarize it in here, and then you can ask it a question. And the AI knows what's going on with the storm. Whoa. Interaction failed. Okay, well, NWS bot is clearly down right now, so that's a terrible time to give you an example. Well, it's still posting. Anyways, but yeah, it's awesome. Lots of chats going on in here. Hopefully there's nothing too spicy in here, okay, so I can show it. But B did come up with a great idea down here in channel ideas for new merch. Oh, did you put it in here? Yeah, you did. Oh, because we call it spicy weather. Like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. Maybe I shouldn't show it to stream. Someone's gonna steal our idea. This needs to go on a hat, on something. This needs to go on something. You know what I just thought about, guys? I'm a weather channel. I make weather content, and I haven't made any like raincoats or like anything weather related. I feel like a nice, like, the ones that are scratchy rain jacket needs to happen. Maybe the first one will be with the spicy cloud. I'm sold. I need him on a black tank top. Fine, we get it, Carol Ann. Tank tops. Jeez, no, I'm kidding. No, yeah, windbreaker. Is that what I was thinking of? You see, guys. Listen, I understand weather and stuff like that, and like a little bit of social media, but my wife always tells me I'm pretty dumb. I lack in common sense and like my memory for like obvious things. Like I've struggle. You know what it is? I'm ADHD. That's what it is. I can only focus on one thing at a time, and I'm like super hyper focused on my hobbies. Okay, tank tops. That, yes. Windbreaker. Okay, yes. These are all great ideas. Someone, mod, write it down. A collection for when the weather is spicy. By the way, we're about to go into June, so we're doing 2 more free merch giveaways. All you have to do is react to a post. There's not that many of us right now, right? Last time there was only 35 people who reacted, and 2 people won. There's pretty high chances. It's a pretty good chance. It's way better than the lottery. 2 in 35. And then we'll do that again. And you know what? I'll include a tank top with this on it, and then a raincoat or something. We're gonna make it happen. As long as someone writes that down and I don't forget. The odds are really in your favor. Yes. We'll see what I can do for mods as well. Anyways, let's get back to the radar. I want to look at this one more time. I want to make sure people are safe. Velocities, base velocities, listen, this is looking definitely like a potential tornado on the ground. Look at this couplet trying to form right here. Again, Warwick, Middleton looks like they're going to be okay. This is moving to the north-northeast. I'd say Chesapeake City, getting a safe spot. Summit Bridge, Clay Acres, Cedar Farms. Anyone in and around these areas getting a safe spot. If this tornado is not on the ground, this is going to be some pretty powerful winds moving through, too. You could get 60, 70 mile per hour gusts through that area of we're Delaware, northern Delaware. Northeastern Maryland, northern Delaware. How's Minnesota next week? We can look at that a little bit of a long-range forecast. We can take a look at that. Let me get over to Pivotal real quick. Weather news. I need to make a sound for that. Can anyone design me a sound for it? Well, actually, what I need is for it to say Connor's Climate Corner and then have a really epic sound like thunder or something, but whatever. I just can't stop thinking about of ways to keep myself busy and never get sleep. All right, let's go. This is the latest Euro. Here we go, 18Z. So we'll look 5 days out here. Not shocking. The weather over the next few days is going to be nice up in the northern plains. We're going to have a high pressure moving in right behind that low that's moving out. That's just kind of how weather works. So that this is all very believable. This right here is also believable. Getting into Monday and Tuesday, severe weather potential, 100% Minnesota. Probably for both of those days. Probably more of a Monday thing. But yeah. So what it's showing here, Monday and Tuesday potentially, severe threats through Minnesota, and your conditions are going to be really nice behind that. That's just how it works. You have a high pressure from the north moving in after that one. So I'd say a rough start to the first 2 days of next week, but before that and after that, we're probably looking pretty good. You're going to get some cooler weather as well as that moves out in the middle of next week, likely. What is... the struggle is real. Philly's going to be okay. We're going to get heavy downpours tonight, likely. No post. It's Freddy Age Rageable. Stick it in a notebook and forget about it. Yeah. Yeah, Cookie. Weather in New Jersey, Philly. We're not looking too bad, guys. Again, there are, in my opinion, our biggest threat is excessive rainfall tonight. Flash flooding. If you're in a low-lying area, you need to be aware of that. I am still a little bit concerned about a little bit of a spin up here. Moving up towards Elkton, Bear, Wilmington, Newark, Middleton. But Chesapeake City, we're still just in a tour possible. Again, I just went over this. I'd be in a safe spot out here up in Chesapeake. Especially Chesapeake City, maybe Elkton, Brookside. This is a rotating cell here, and we've got a little bit of a couplet in there, as I showed. I mean, I'll show it again, but this to me looks like it should be tour warned. What do you guys think? It's getting close. It's getting close. Nothing in the CC yet, luckily, but a little bit of a sketchy look there, guys. What's going on, KJ? How's East Tennessee next week? Sure, we can look. That's northern Delaware. Northeastern Maryland. Eastern Tennessee next week. Let's take a look. Again, 18Z Euro. So notice what happens in the earlier runs. This severe weather wanted to go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and push through the Ohio Valley, Tennessee Valley. Notice this little high pressure sneaking in here now. This is almost acting as a Bermuda high. This has been sitting out here for a while, but another high pressure sitting out here. This could kind of be your little force field and keep Tennessee dry, at least through maybe the weekdays, Monday through Friday, Monday through Thursday. This was not projected to be as far east as it's looking like now in the Euro. So I wonder if the GFS shows something similar. The GFS does. It keeps that rain for the most part out of Tennessee almost all the way to Friday. A weekend it could get a little spicy out there in Tennessee. Western to eastern. Are you talking about in Delaware, Ty? June 4th to June 9th. That's a tough forecast. You guys are expected to I'll say this. Florida, it has been in a drought. That's likely going to change pretty soon. Tons of moisture down in Florida. I mean, tons. And there's the GFS giving you a hurricane June 6th or June 8th. Don't pay attention. That's likely not going to happen. Sorry. So, yeah, look at all this moisture down there in South Florida. I think this is going to be hilarious to look at the precipitation. Let's look at the total quantitative precipitation. You guys are about to get out of your drought real quickly. Ready?
A new radar indicated tornado warning has been issued.
There it is. They probably should have issued that 20 minutes ago, but that's fine. That's fine. I'm not going to get mad. Notice, Florida. This is where your major drought is. You guys probably lift out of that drought. You got a lot of rainfall ahead of you, starting in the next couple days and then moving on for about a week or two. Tons of rainfall. We could see up to a foot of rain over the next 2 weeks in Florida, especially south to eastern Florida, or south to central to southern Florida. I can't speak on both coasts and in the center. So let's look at that tornado indicated, or radar indicated tornado over here. Yep, it's right where we thought it was. There it is. I think this is on the ground now, potentially. It did just move out there to the west of Middleton. And it's moving up, like I said, Chesapeake City. These areas out here to the west that I was a little bit more concerned about. It is a little bit closer out there. This isn't rocket science, so the velocity radar is pretty obvious. There you go. Look at that. This is probably behind, by the way, Bohemius Mills. This is probably behind. This tornado, radar indicated tornado warning just got extended into Newark, Christiana, and Brookside, and Bear, Delaware, I believe that is. So, looks like there could be something on the ground here. Still not a CC drop, but this is
a new radar indicated tornado warning has been issued.
That's the one we just saw. It just got extended to the north. Reading, PA, I'm just worried about excessive rainfall for the most part. Yeah, lots of rainfall quickly. Yeah, guys, this radar indicated tornado. People keep asking. This is up there in northern Delaware, northeastern Maryland. I'm still these states. This whole section up here still confuses me because I haven't lived up here that long. Let's go into our tornado warning. West Central Newcastle County in northern Delaware. So that's where that is, and then we move into this one. And we're in southeastern Cecile County in northeastern Maryland. So northeastern Maryland and northern Delaware. This isn't a super conducive environment for tornadoes, so I don't expect this to last long. But again, if you're up here, Brookside, Christiana, Newark, Chesapeake City, like I've been saying for the past 30 minutes, treat it like a tornado warning. Now we have a tornado warning on the ground. So, and it does look like it's possibly on the ground doing damage. So. Get away from windows, interior home, and a basement if you have one. Storm shelter if you have one. No one has storm shelters up here, but just to be safe. It may not even be on the ground. I actually don't. It's very iffy if it is, but there's a strong rotating thunderstorm right there. It's very obvious to see on radar. You just got it in Brookside. This is way south of Brookside. This is way south. This is headed towards Brookside. This is still about 9 miles away from Brookside, headed towards Brookside. I appreciate the follows, guys. When did I get 31 new followers? Oh, you just got the warning? Okay, yeah. Yeah. Okay, we just got a radar. We just got a radar update. We're talking 8.5 miles to southwest of Brookside. Velocity is still looking pretty. I don't want to say violent, but we're seeing 60+ mile per hour winds in there at least, at a minimum. Let's look at high res. This isn't going to give us much, but yeah, 60 mile per hour minimum. I think we could have close to hurricane force gusts in this. It's moving up. It looks like it's just to the east of Chesapeake City, just to the west of Summit Bridge. I mean, this thing, it looks like it's likely, if it continues on this trajectory. Let's take a look. It's gonna get pretty close to Brookside, if not go through it. So again, it's not a super tight circulation. We have nothing on the CC drop, but gotta watch it. Yeah, it's way more defined than it was before. How many more tornadoes do you think for Delaware tonight? 0. I think this is the last one. I don't know if this one is even going to touch down, but it may be on the ground. This is one that I would treat like it's on the ground because it's tough to tell on radar, but if it's even close on radar, you have to treat it like it's on the ground, 100%. Not worth being like, I think it might not be, and then you have a tornado go over your house. Not a good time. Any concerns for Telford, PA, and Montgomery County? I'm telling you, PA right now, excessive rainfall. Are tornadoes, hail, strong winds possible? Yes. Not a high likelihood of severe damaging storms up in PA, but there is a high probability of some very excessive rainfall in some areas in PA, especially eastern PA, central to eastern PA. For those of you who think there's nothing going on up here to the northwest, that's just because our radar is falling off. There you go. There's a lot going on up there. State College, Williamsport. This stuff extends. This stuff extends out. Let's move up into Buffalo. We still got storms up there too, but this stuff extends way out. You can see it when we go to our MRMS, our national radar. See? I still have my Discord sitting up here. Let me change that. There you go. How's Cecile County? I think that's one. That's the one up here in northeastern Maryland, right? Yeah, I mean this thing is moving off to the northeast. Like I said, this is entering Delaware right now. This is entering Delaware right now. This is likely 6.5 miles to the southwest of Brookside, Delaware. Still have a pretty tight looking circulation. Still showing velocities at around 60 miles per hour. Let's look at the base again. 58, 60. I mean, I think we're around 70. They usually underestimate it a little bit on the radar. Still rotating. You're in Middleton. Yeah, this is past you. You shouldn't have much of a threat for the rest of the night, except for some pretty heavy downpours. This is going to be moving up here into southeastern PA soon. I think it's going to be hard for this thing to hold that much energy as we get up there to the north. Lila and KJ, I appreciate you. In Wilmington, thunder sounds crazy. Yeah, this is headed up in your direction again. I think you'll probably be safe from this. But yeah, you have your heaviest downpours are you have to move through Wilmington. Chad, I think I need to stretch. Wait. One second, guys. Let me stretch. Philly, we're looking good. Excessive rainfall is possible. We do have a tornado warning down to our southwest. Not really too concerned about that going through Philly, but we'll keep an eye on it. I gotta get my stretches in, guys. Ow. Ugh. Elkton, Maryland. This is close to Elkton. This is just out to the east of Elkton. It's going to get very close to Elkton. Potentially. Back to red here. This is likely going to move just to the east of Elkton. But you're about to get some. I mean, if you're not already having some strong winds and some heavy downpours, you will be soon. You're probably already experiencing that, though. This storm looks like it's falling apart, and I love that. Okay, the couplet's getting a little bit weaker. Still definitely rotation in the clouds here, moving up to the north and east. I would say this does look like now distance from Brookside. You always got to take it from a little ahead of where the radar says because the radar lags. 5.5 miles. In a basement here? Good. It's going to go potentially right through Brookside. But I'm confident that I would say, to me, we probably don't have a tornado on the ground, but it's close. We could. So it's going to go pretty much through Brookside and Newark. So it's spinning. Again, I think there's no CC drop. It's not the tightest velocity I've ever seen, or tightest couplet I've ever seen. The velocities aren't super crazy, so I think we're going to be good. I think this is just a violent rotating cell that's not quite touched the ground, but we'll watch this as it plays out here. Again, yeah, I would be in a safe area. Brookside, Newark, Pike Creek Valley. Christiana, it's going to be close to you, or however you pronounce that. Yeah, it's going to be close to you, but I think it would be good. Anything going to hit Connecticut? Western Connecticut is, especially southwestern Connecticut, excessive rainfall watch for tonight. So Danbury, New Haven, Waterbury, Torrington, kind of Bridgeport, Sanford, Norwalk, all those places. Late into the night, we could get very heavy thunder showers. I was in Google Earth and made measurement if a tornado hit Delaware. Nice. How long till it hits Newark? We can do that. Let's see how fast it's moving at. All right, this is moving at 25 miles per hour. Now, the center of circulation, the high-res velocity, the velocities don't do good at this. This looks like it's kind of falling apart, which is great, which I expected it to. But it looks like we're probably about here. So let's draw a line. Let's do 25. So from Brookside to Newark, I'll say 8 minutes from Brookside. Yeah, 8 to 10 minutes from Brookside and Newark. From right now, 8 to 10 minutes. Again, this thing looks like it's lifting, but I would be in a safe spot because there is still a chance that this is on the ground doing damage. Trust me, I don't take the chance. But I'm feeling a little, like I said, I'm feeling a little better with what I've seen here. Yeah, nothing on the CC drop. There never has been. I'm not shocked at that. And so let's hope that continues. I think we just got an update on the radar. Still, we're looking pretty good. I need to get this off. There we go. Starting to become a messy couplet. This one, the base velocity hasn't updated in ages. Not surprising. That thing always lags behind. Four and a half miles. 5.5 miles from Newark. 4.5 miles from Brookside, basically. Again, it's not looking too bad right now. Will the winds stay this bad when it reaches New York? New York won't experience that bad a wind. NTX, I appreciate you, Jasmine. I appreciate you. What's a couplet? This is a couplet. Well, let me give you a better example. Green is moving towards the radar. Red is moving away from the radar. So when you have winds moving in one direction and clearly winds moving in another direction right next to each other, sometimes you get circulation in there. And when you have those two colors with a little bit brighter velocities, meaning there's a higher wind speeds in there, running up against each other, you start to get rotations. That's what a couplet looks like here. You see this is a potential couplet here. High velocity, yellows, greens. This is our little couplet of opposite colors that shows winds are moving in opposite directions and potentially rotating there. That's a bad example of a couplet, though, because it's not a very impressive one anymore, which is good, though. Which is good, which is what we want to see. It's falling apart, which is fantastic news. 4 miles. Yeah, 4.5 miles Newark. 3.5 miles Brookside. This thing is... I think we're good. Stay in your safe spot for a little bit, though. I wouldn't be surprised if they did not extend this tornado warning. Wait a little bit longer, though. Yeah, I think this thing is pulling up. No problem. Does Vineland, New Jersey look like it'll get smacked? I'm not too concerned about anywhere out in New Jersey based wind, hail, tornado-wise. I am concerned about excessive rainfall, like I've said, though. Yeah. This may be the last tornado warning we get tonight. Can't guarantee you that, but potentially. Thunder rain. Thunder showers. Yeah. Coach B. Jersey never gets it. Well, some people would love that. You guys miss out on snow and thunderstorms, huh? How about Chester County, PA? I'm right above this current warning. Yeah, I think they're gonna lift this warning. We've been seeing this storm tornado kind of fall apart, which is really good. Yeah, this couplet's almost completely gone, guys. This is really good. This base velocity is way behind, but this is really good. So, probably if you're in Newark, Brookside, I'd wait at least 15 to 20 minutes to be sure. Matt, 15, 20 minutes. I'm going to watch it, though. Wait, what if it gets bigger because I hear rumbling and stuff? It's moving into a very inconducive environment for tornadoes. There's not a lot of instability up here to the northeast. There's not a lot. It's running. The helicity's downtrending. It's just you've got a cluster of storms that it's in. You don't have any good inflow. It's strengthening, possible, not likely.
New information. This tornado warning has been updated.
See, they just dropped off the old one. Let's see what happens now. They might have just dropped this. Let's see. That was radar indicated. Again, we're talking about pea-size hail in here too, which is good. That means that there's weak updrafts. Newcastle, Delaware. Once you get, yeah, under 0.75 hail, that means we have weak updrafts. This is potentially 2 miles from Brookside, 3.5 miles from Newark, Delaware. No, not a new warning. Not a new warning. It just updated the old. It took the old warning off. It's not a new warning. Yeah, I can do Iowa. I just want to watch this for one more second because we have some people out ahead of this. I just want to make sure they're safe. We just got a new flash flood warning up here, stretching into southwestern Philadelphia. Out toward Brookhaven, Chatsworth Township, Kennett Square, New Garden. You guys know where you are. Far southeastern PA. Right there. Right out here.
A new flash flood warning has been issued.
Yep. This couplet's almost gone. I don't want to tell you guys that you're fine because I don't want to play games with this, but you can almost see the rotation gone on the reflectivity too. I think they're going to drop this tornado warning off. You've got a little bit. I'd wait a little bit more time though. Again, Brookside and Newark, I'd wait a little bit more time. Basically within 2 miles, both of you guys. So we'll come back to that. Wait a little bit longer just to be safe, but that thing looks like it's falling apart, which is great news. Yeah, so someone asked about... Does a flash flood go into Mullixa Hill? And I don't... It's right on the border of it. But you guys might get put in a flash flood warning as well, because you have a massive pocket of moisture that's about to move through you guys down there in southern Jersey. Southwestern Jersey. Mullica Hill. Okay, there we go. My dad is in that area and said he is currently playing in the tornado. Yeah. Oh, let me take one more look, and then I'll get back to answering everyone's questions, I promise. Check CC drop. We've got nothing. Velocity. This thing is falling apart, guys. We're looking pretty good. We're looking pretty good, guys. We're looking pretty good. I think they're going to let this expire. It's only got 15 minutes left on the radar indicator. I think they're going to let it expire. How does it look for Montgomery County, PA? Again, up in PA, I'm worried about excessive rainfall. I'm not too worried about hail, wind, or tornadoes. Is it possible hail, wind, tornadoes? Yes. Is it likely? No. No, not likely at all. They've actually dropped our... We don't even have a 2% TOR threat out here anymore. There's not even a 2%. There's none. Oh, actually, do they still have the 5%? Maybe I was on day 2. I think this is going to drop. I think all of this is going to drop. There's too much congestion up here. We had a little rotation in this cell down here. If anything, they're going to drop off the 5% and keep it 2%. This is a lot. There's going to be flash flood warnings extended all through this region, though. We ain't going to get any tornado to touch in Delaware tonight. There was one. I think this thing may have touched down for a second in northeastern Maryland, just to the west of Delaware. The couplet looked pretty intense there. But, yeah, I think they're going to let this expire now. Luckily, I think this thing is... It's losing steam. Again, it's getting into a very inconducive environment for this type of stuff, which is good. Hail in Newport. Probably small, right? But let's see. Virginia? Where? Not Virginia. Maryland? What Newport? Jersey? Philly? Or... PA? Do you think we will get a sporting event tomorrow in Philly? What's going on with our severe threat tomorrow? A little bit of a marginal out here in Philly. Nothing too impressive. Delaware? Hail in Newport, Delaware? Oh, I didn't realize that was right there. I don't even see a hail core here. What size? Is it like pea size? Quarter size? Yeah, they don't even have a warning for you guys up there. Yeah, right, but yeah, right here. There it is. There's Newport. 0.65. Yeah, I can see that. To get the tornado that we had, the potential tornado that we had down here, we had to have some okay updrafts. So this thing, you know, I'd say Brookside, Newark. I'd say you're good. You're in strong thunderstorms right now, but oh yeah, they picked up the tornado warning. They picked it up early, like I thought. It's gone. See, we have 0 severe thunderstorm warnings, 0 tornado warnings. So you're good. You guys are good there. Brookside, Newark. It was looking a little sketchy for a little bit. Luckily, that thing picked up. Oh, Yali! Yeehaw! Ride him, cowboy. What I need to do is like every 30 minutes on stream, I just need to talk to everyone on camera like this to give a really good opportunity for the cowboy hat. That's what I need to do. 100%. You're gonna start calling me SpongeBob? Why? What did I do? That went over my head. That was very late. Oh yeah, 400 years later. True. I don't look at chat on TikTok more than YouTube. It's just I have almost 200 people on my TikTok chat, and only a few people in my YouTube chat. So sometimes, like, for instance, there was like a period for like 30 minutes where no one commented on YouTube. Like literally 30 minutes, no one comments. So then I forget to look over because I keep looking. There's no one there. So then I start taking questions on TikTok and I just start focusing on TikTok. And then someone comments on YouTube and I didn't see any comments for 30 minutes. So then it takes me a second to get back there. Real Juan. See, he just commented. Can Missouri, and also there's like a 15-second lag on YouTube. Can Missouri go to sleep? Yeah. You can go to sleep. But I might be cooked in Southwest Missouri on Tuesday. Pay attention on Tuesday in Southwest Missouri. I agree. We're going to keep you updated, though. But yeah, that's just what happens. I'm doing everything I can to grow my YouTube as fast as I can right now. But there's time where there's just zero activity in my YouTube for a while. And so I'm like, okay. I start looking at TikTok. And then suddenly someone asks a question to YouTube and I miss it. It takes me a while to get back to it. But you're right. I need to be better. I think I just need to... I've only been dual streaming for about 3 months now. I'll use that as an excuse, but I need to be better at double checking both. By the way, John was watching you on YouTube earlier. Nice. New follower. Let's go. Oh, 46 new followers to stream. Hold up, chat. Hold up, chat. Thank you, guys. Hey, for anyone who's new here, I post video updates on everything weather-wise in the country every single day. So, yeah, I mean, I typically cover severe weather, winter storms, hurricanes, the concerning weather, but just outlooks, forecasts as well. And we live stream every day. And if you're a member on YouTube or a subscriber on TikTok, you get access to the Discord where we have a bunch of weather enthusiasts. And we're trying to build an awesome community where we have the best access to the best information all the time. Yeah, welcome in. Okay, let's talk about the tropics. What about San Antonio, Texas? Yeah, that could get a little spicy Monday and Tuesday. Well, I'd say potentially Monday for San Antonio. You went live right after I end it. Nice. Brookside, yes. Brookside safe. Yes. You're good in Brookside. Yes. Yes. Oh, I did not mean to hit that. Okay. All right, really quickly, let me go over the tropics, guys. All right, really quickly. There we are. Okay. How long have I been on? I've been on for 2 hours. I've been on for 2 hours. I was on for about 40 minutes earlier. I want to talk about, you're going to see posts all, whoa! Be with the sub giveaway. Spooky D, welcome to the Climate Crew. You have access to my Discord through TikTok now. You just go into member perks and connect your Discord and join the Discord. We're doing merch giveaways and all sorts of fun stuff, and we're trying to grow this. It's a good time. Really quickly, guys, I gotta get off. I want to talk about this. I'm going to be posting a video, I think tomorrow morning, and then going live twice tomorrow as well to answer questions. Every day, I post every day and stream every day, except for when I'm traveling. I think like the second week of June or something. I'll be away for a couple days. But here we go. Western Atlantic. You're going to see tons of fear-mongering and stuff and whatever. And I'm not going to lie. Listen, I talk about it, but I'm realistic if you listen to my videos. We have a tropical storm. We have Tropical Storm Alvin out there in the Eastern Pacific. It's gonna dissipate. It's gonna go into nothing. It's moving into shear. I think there's a pretty good chance we do see some tropical development down here in the Southeastern Pacific in the next 5 to 7 days. Not really any threat to the U.S. Maybe some heavy rainfall, though, for Central America. Now, this right here. GFS does see potential tropical cyclogenesis about 160 to 170 hours out. We're going to have a storm out here feeding this moisture. We have more than warm enough waters. We're going to an MJO phase 7, phase 8, which brings a lot more moisture to this area. Wind shear should be dying down. This is actually a decent environment for a storm to form. The latest GFS does have this moving up to the north and making landfall in Florida as a depression or tropical storm, and then moving up and potentially as a tropical storm up through the Carolinas. The odds of that exact thing happening are probably 1 in 100. We've seen models consistently see something trying to form and move to the north. We're still talking 180 plus hours really until any sort of impact to the states possibly. I think what's more likely to happen is this gets sheared off from the north, or it floats out into the open waters, or it falls apart over the Yucatan Peninsula. So you're going to see a lot of talk about it. It's too early to tell. I will tell you this. Earliest Sunday, latest Monday, we'll have a much better picture. Once we get this within 140, 150 hours, we'll have a much better picture. By that time, we'll either have the Euro and GFS agreeing that there's going to be something, or that there's not going to be something. So, but as I said, the GFS is spitting out all sorts of storms down here in the Eastern Pacific. As I said, this is expected to be an early start. Enzo neutrals are active. Our active hurricane seasons 2024, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 were all weak La Ninas Enzo neutrals. And we had a crazy amount of landfalling major hurricanes in the Gulf region. We have above average waters, decent MJO cycle in the beginning. The Eastern Pacific is freezing. We're not worrying about tropical wave, or Eastern Atlantic is freezing. We're not worried about tropical waves coming off the African coast until the second half of the hurricane season. But Western Africa is expected to have an enhanced monsoon season, which could spell trouble for the states second half of hurricane season. The Bermuda High is also expected to shift closer to the U.S. second half of hurricane season, which means storms coming off of Africa will likely trail more towards the U.S. instead of up into the North Atlantic. These are all things to consider. NOAA gives it a 60% chance to be an above average hurricane season. I'd give it a 70 to 75% chance to be an above average hurricane season. But there's a lot of factors, a lot of variables that go into it. But we should pay attention the next couple of weeks. It's not impossible to see a tropical system heading up towards the states. It's not very likely, though. So I wouldn't worry yet at all. There's a much greater chance we don't see any impacts to the states from a tropical system in the next 2 weeks than that we see impacts. I hope Ahmad took some of the things I said tonight. I remember some of them, but I hope some of them are written down. Minnesota, pay attention next Monday and Tuesday. You could have some bad weather. DC, you should be looking good for the rest of the night. Caroline, you send me a message, I will read it. How bad is it going to be for New Jersey? Excessive rainfall. I'm worried about that tonight. If the Bermuda High shifts closer, middle hurricane season towards the end, I'm also worried about tropical systems moving up there into the mid-Atlantic region as well. But that's way down the road. We don't have to worry about that right now. I hear loud rumbling thunder. I'm jealous. I wish I did too. No tornado. We're good. All right, I appreciate you guys. I'm going to be back posting a video tomorrow. I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow afternoon for a little bit, and then I'm going to be live streaming tomorrow night. You guys are awesome. Welcome to people who joined the Climate Crew. I appreciate all my new followers. Everyone is in here. Mod team. We're building the mod team. B is helping to lead that. I appreciate all of you. I'll try to answer some questions. So I'll try to hang out in the Discord for a little bit after this too. Sorry, I just have a lot going on all the time. But I appreciate you guys. I will see you later. And again, I'll be in Discord for a little bit.